Yes, hello, welcome everybody, it's Chris here from MOD Extra. We're doing another action figure unboxing today, and in this instalment we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Zartan figure. Yes, so real excited to have picked up a Zartan. Super excited to have it in hand to open up and share with you guys today. Although the excitement really is about the fact that I'm adding Zartan to my collection. I've got to be honest, I've been umming and ahhing a little bit over the G.I. Joe Classified series that Hasbro has started doing. There's a few reasons for that, but the main one is that in some of the Facebook groups and the forums that I belong to and Discord groups, just the challenge of getting your hands on things like the Target exclusives, for people in the US, let alone me here in the United Kingdom. So unless I'm, willing to pay a super overinflated price on eBay, or I'm really quick on the click with specialist stores over here who occasionally get them in stock, I'm never going to have a full set. But in my head, the decision I've kind of made is that I'm just going to pick up figures that are updated versions of ones that I have strong nostalgic memories of owning, in the 80s when I was a child. And Zartan is one of them. I had a Zartan when I was a kid, 87, 88. I had the colour-changing one, with the purpley blue hue to his skin when you got him wet or left him out in the sun or something. I forget which way round it is. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to collect the figures that are updated versions of the ones that I have really strong nostalgic memories of. Because I did collect G.I. Joe figures when I was 8 or 9 years old. In fact, well, for me, in the UK, it would have been Action Force figures. I used to collect Action Force comics, the Marvel Comics reprint that they used to stock in newsagents over here. And I used to buy the figures. My dad used to get his toys from Toys R Us. Just a funny, momentary, random little aside. I hadn't seen an actual G.I. Joe cartoon properly until well into my adulthood, would you believe? G.I. Joe for me was Action Force, and it was the toys, and it was the comic books. I saw a handful of episodes when I was a child, and my parents took me to Florida to do the whole, theme park Florida holiday thing, and I caught just a handful of episodes in the motel that we were staying in on the telly, but not properly watched them, So I hadn't seen G.I. Joe, and it wasn't for many years that I knew G.I. Joe and Action Force were the same thing. I'm sure there's other UK-based viewers who were the same as me with regards to that. I'm really pleased. This is the first one to kick off my collection. Really pleased that it's one that I really loved and enjoyed owning as a child, and I'm going to kind of kick into those little nostalgic memories. In fact, one of the things I'm going to do is go and have a look in my mum and dad's attic to see if that Zartan is still there, because it may well be in a bin bag in their attic, but we'll find out. There we go. Let's not dilly-dally around. Let's crack this bad boy open and take a look. Right. That's upside down. Let's try that again. Here we go. Here's Zartan. Lovely bit of artwork on the back there. I love that. All his skills and talents key here. Is there 23 figures in G.I. Joe Classified? All right, let's get into it then. Paperwork. That's a nice slide. Ooh, I like that little Dreadnoks. Can you take that out? Oh, yeah, that's a little backing card that you can remove. Nice, like that. Here we go. Out you come. I hate these bloody things. Oh, that noise is so unpleasant. Come on, Zartan. And your little disguisey face. And your lovely rucksack. Come on. Oh, is that taped in? Of course it's taped in. Bloody. And a taped in knifey knife. Oh, let's put your thingy there. Well, that was quick and painless, wasn't it? Here we are then. Here's the Zartan figure. A lot to like, lot to enjoy with this figure, but a few niggles I've experienced as well. I've been having a play with him between unboxing it and doing this section of the video. As you can see, I was doing some kind of freeze poses with him before. So loads of articulation. Like in the legs here. We've got ankles, knees. He's a bit stiff. I've been struggling there. Thigh, groin. His arms go all the way around, look. And these shoulder pads sort of lift to allow that. Elbows. Got a bit of ab crunch there as well for things. His head too, if I take the hood off. Look. Ooh, Yeah, baby, all the way round. Exorcism. So that's been fun. I have struggled on occasion to get him to stand up of his own accord. It takes a little bit of, fiddly, fidgety work to get Zartan to stand up of his own accord. There you go, I managed to do it there. I've removed my hands. But yeah, you can get there in the end if you work on it. Certainly, 100% getting that nostalgic revisiting of my childhood from playing with it today. I've definitely felt that old vibe of young Chris playing with his Zartan figure. So yeah, lots of fun poses and stuff I've been playing around with. He's got the hood here. This has been a niggle. I've found the hood to be a bit of a pain in the backside, actually. So if you want to do like a looking up sort of pose and you put the hood on, it sort of hangs funny. Can you see that? Sort of hangs funny. Or if you, one of the shots I was trying to do earlier was a kind of round a tree. Like, had him sort of taking cover round a tree, and I had his head like that, and I put the hood on, and it's just a bit awkward and fiddly, and it doesn't sit right. Or you do it like that, and it's just sort of obscuring his face. I really struggled to get it in a position that suited my purposes and the type of photo that I was trying to take. So yeah, that's that. The hood's a bit of a pain in the backside. I mean, obviously it looks very cartoon stroke comic book accurate and very specific to the character, but I just found it a bit fiddly and awkward when I was trying to do some poses. But it's got some lovely touches, like his body armor looks great, the shoulder pads look great, detailing in the hood there. He's got this belt buckle with the little dreadnoughts skull symbol on it, this second belt here with the knife sheath on the back that you can take the knife in and out of, and it places nice and firmly there, it's not falling out. He's got his armor plating, armor plating on his thighs and his little shin guards on his boots and stuff, so the detail looks great. Really got just that extra layer of something there. The pistol doesn't look too bad either, again very kind of cartoon stroke comic book accurate, so I've enjoyed that. He's got two trigger finger hands, which is very appropriate for Zartan because he will obviously take the hand preference of the person that he is disguised at any given time. These have got decent motion. There is an up and down. You see there? I'll do it with the pistol. It's probably better to illustrate on that side. It's got a bit of up and down, but it's a bit stiff and limited. It's not quite as much as I would have liked for some of the poses that I was trying to get him into earlier. And as I said, I struggled to get him to stand up of his own accord without some good... I've just knocked my... There you go. I struggled to get him to stand up of his own accord in some of the poses that I was trying to take photos of earlier. So he's a bit fiddly in that respect. But overall, very happy with the figure indeed. Let's take a quick look at some of his accessories, shall we? Okay, so Zartan's accessories. He's obviously got the pistol that I've got in his hand here now. He's also got the sheathed knife that I've placed in there. He also comes with this backpack here, which fits through a little kind of plug hole at the back there. There we go. So he's got his backpack on. There we go, ready for action. With a few little kind of like a hand of glory and a... moving back into the focus. And this little kind of rattlesnake head here. The backpack opens up to store the facial disguise. I was playing around with this a bit earlier on. The facial disguise, so this is where the hood does come into his own, because you can pop the facial disguise kind of on the front of his face there with a bit of a light touch, and then pop the hood over the front, and you can then, you've got the second face. It disguises the seams there, so that's quite cool. Although he does look like he's got this weird oversized head with those white eyes. He looks a bit like the Watcher from Marvel, doesn't he? But that's where the hood does come into play. But again, you'll be limited in terms of motion with the hood around any of the types of poses that you might be trying to do there. See how it's sort of flaring out on the side here. But I like the backpack. It's very reminiscent of the character in Days Gone By, and I like the way you can remove it and pop the disguise face in there, so it's out of the way. So a nice selection of accessories. Certainly if you are, a diorama, action figure, photographer type, then lots of options that opens up there, and interesting things for you to throw into the posing mix, like the knife here, if I just take it out of the sheath. I can pop it into his other hand and make it look like here's a man ready to do some damage, to take out some Joes, you know. I'll shiv you. I'll shiv you. So, yeah, there you go. There's Zartan figure with accessories. Let's do a few fun photos and a little bit of a rotating shot, shall we? Yes, that's right, eagle-eyed viewers. It is actually a couple of days later than just those last pieces of recording that you've just seen. I've had to wait till the weekend to finish up the video, so I am indeed in a different shirt. And it's now daylight outside. I recorded the last section in the evening. But nonetheless, some final thoughts for you then. So I am very, very happy that I took the leap and picked up a G.I. Joe classified figure. This is my first. Zartan is my first, but certainly not going to be my last. I'm most definitely going to be picking up some more. It is clear to me that Hasbro have lovingly acknowledged the nostalgia factor that collectors such as myself will attach to this figure. They've modernised the approach, but just kept the right amount of stuff. I can't think of a better word to describe it, just the right amount of stuff that has got me reliving my childhood. And me and my son have been playing around with this over the last few days and discerned a great deal of enjoyment from him. So now he needs some people to team up with, and he needs some people to battle. So I'm going to be out and about on the internet looking to see if I can find some bargains and pick up some more. There are a couple of niggles. You know, I mentioned that I struggled to make him stand up. The hood has been a bit annoying when I've been trying to do some poses to photograph him in. But aside from that, it is a great figure. It's extremely well put together. I'm going to focus on the villains, I think, and pick up a few more Cobra teammates for him. The only thing, of course, now, as I mentioned earlier, is that they're very hard to get hold of over here in the UK. I've been looking for some of the, the Cobra infantry figure and Cobra Commander and the Viper. I really want to get a Viper, but whoa, Nelly. I mean, that's, I think, a Target exclusive over in the US. And over here, they're like double, almost triple the price that you would pay, for a standard over-the-counter G.I. Joe figure. But Zartan definitely gets a thumbs up from me. Super, super fun figure. Looks great on the shelf. I've had him stood there for a couple of days too. So I would highly recommend, if you are a G.I. Joe fan or just a fan of good quality, well put together action figures, you take a closer look. Alright then folks, well I'll reiterate, if you've enjoyed what I've done here today, please do take a moment to give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd super, super appreciate you taking the time to subscribe as well. I've been Chris from MOD Extra, and I'll catch you again here sometime soon. Ta-ra now!